So your goals for this module will include two assessments. Your first discussion board post will be included, but before you get to that, you're going to read an article which is from the New York Times archives that is called "Don't Blame the Eater." So you can see it here on the screen. Now, you're going to apply the critical thinking steps that we just discussed in detail to this reading. So that means as you're reading, try to be an active reader, which means don't just read through it and try to regurgitate what you read literally, okay, or regurgitate the literal meaning of the article. Instead, you're going to read it and you're going to think about the questions that we had asked previously. Who is the author here? What is their purpose? What goal do they have in mind with writing this article? What is their argument? And who is their target audience? Also ask things like, what kinds of appeals did they make to you, the reader? How did they try to get you to believe what they were saying or take what they were saying as valid? Okay? So in the assessment prompt for this article, you will see a series of questions that you should take into consideration when you are creating your response, okay? So that will be submitted to Dropbox. The other assessment that you have for this module is your first discussion board post. So here you have a picture of a street art, okay? This is graffiti art in New York City by the famous graffiti artist Banksy. Now, you're going to have to do a little bit of research to understand a little bit more about Banksy and follow the prompt to engage more specifically with this piece of art. But in this prompt, you are also going to be thinking critically, the way we've just discussed, about big ideas beyond what you just see here when you look at the visual. When you apply critical thinking and critical reading to a visual text, you want to ask the same kinds of questions. Not just, what do I think of what I'm looking at, but what does this thing mean that I'm looking at? What don't I see, or what am I unaware of when I'm looking at this picture, this image? You have to think about the context, as I keep reinforcing and stating over and over again. What are the things surrounding the existence or the creation of this piece of art or this visual that will inform its overall meaning and how I'm going to interpret it? Okay, so good luck, and remember that for this visual text interpretation, you're going to be engaging with the visual itself, but also responding to and reading and responding to your classmates for your first discussion board grade. So make sure you follow the discussion board rubric that's available as an attachment to the assessment, okay? Thanks, guys. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say.